Yo, I am excited for today's episode, and I thank you guys for coming back, listening to every single one of these. This one's a treat. My boy, Jairo, what's up, dude? All the way from New Jersey.
That's right. What's up, brother? Good to see you, man.
What's happening, bro?
Hanging out, chilling in Cali out here, you know?
Hey, we got to have a good time, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I appreciate you for being here. I want to dive into really like your career, where your background, where you're coming from, and share your story. I'm super excited for it. Now, I'm just going to dive into it.
Yeah. Let's do it.
You were in the Air Force.
I was, yeah.
Okay. I'm going to rewind even further back.
Sure.
When you were growing up, did you join the Air Force? What led you to join the Air Force in the first place?
Yeah, so, living in Jersey, having 9/11 happen, literally, my dad's bedroom window, you were able to see the towers right there.
Wow.
So going through that, living through that, and experiencing that, that was my kind of, hey, I got to do this. This is my way of being able to pay back.
That's amazing. That's amazing. And then you did you go straight from Air Force to real estate?
I did.
Okay. Why?
Well, so from Air Force, I did do like private contracting, government contracting,
Okay.
doing the same exact thing just as a contractor. And then from there, right into Air Force. Why? Going from military, being really strict,
Yeah.
really following, the rules, having to follow the rules and being super disciplined about everything. And then going to the contractor side of things where I'm literally doing the same thing, but I don't have that chain of command. I don't have the same rules that I have to follow by. I'm living as a civilian, doing kind of what I want, how I want, as long as I'm getting the job done. Was kind of like, that opened me up to being able to have that freedom. As far as getting into real estate, so when I didn't get back while I was overseas on one of my trips. I was like, before I get back, I'm finishing up, I'm going to come out, and I want to have some place to live, like my own place. Going through that process, hiring an agent that's super successful, and having a bad experience. I was like, my goodness, if somebody can be this successful and treat people the way that they're treating them, I could do a pretty good job at this.
Yeah.
That was my last straw. Like, I should do this.
Wow.
This is something I can definitely do and make it successful.
So is that you just made the decision right there and then you're like, let's do it?
Yeah. Well, if you think about it, I was still technically in my contracting job.
Yeah.
Knowing that I was going to get out.
Oh, that's right.
Not really knowing what I was going to do next. Always having an interest in that. Going through that experience was like, this is it.
Okay, and did you have immediate success or yeah?
No way, man. No, that was a lot of hard work. It was a lot of hours put in. I share this story frequently, so I'll say it here. I went through 47 no's before I finally got my first yes, my first listing appointment.
Wow.
And in going through getting those no's, I learned something in each time and applied something to each time I continued to do so. And it just made me that much better. From there, it snowballed, really.
So you did 47 listing appointments getting no's.
Correct.
And then you finally got, what was it, the 47th or the 48th?
48th was the yes.
Wow. That's freaking amazing. So what kept you motivated as you, as you were getting those no's, why keep going?
Well, it was in getting those no's, I would always figure out why it was that I was getting those no's. And knowing that I'm learning, at the end of the day, if you're progressing, if there's progress in your life, that makes you feel good. And that's what was going on. And I was like, I'm that much closer to the yes. I'm getting to that yes. Yeah. And when I got that first yes, it was such an amazing feeling.
Yeah. 47 times. Yeah. And the reason I asked that question is because I figured that was going to be your answer.
Okay.
Is that mindset is really what I truly feel takes an agent that does okay to an agent that does amazing in this business, or a business owner in general that's self-employed to an actual business owner where the business is flourishing, right? Like, I truly believe that it's a mindset shift. And that's why I asked you, because it takes a strong mind to get that many no's, to get turned down so many times. And do you think that your background in the military was contributed to that, or do you think like it was something from how you grew up? Like, what do you think contributed to your sheer tenacity to win?
Definitely a combination of the two, honestly. And if you want to really rewind and go back.
That's what I want to do.
So I wasn't supposed to be in this world. I wasn't supposed to be alive. I was born at 26 weeks back in 1985 when the medical technology wasn't there.
Wow.
1 pound 15 ounces. I was the size of my mother's hand.
Oh my gosh.
The doctor, before she gave birth to me, before my mother gave birth to me, the doctor had told my parents that they should just abort me. If I were to survive, there's a 1% chance of him surviving, and if he survives, he's going to be a vegetable his whole life. So tenacity, right from the beginning, I've had that kind of fighting spirit. So
that's amazing, and I actually heard a story about you earlier today, and about your motorcycle accident.
Oh yeah.
And it's over and over again in your life. You just don't go down, man. Yeah. And the reason I'm making sure that we understand this is because, again, like, I truly think that it's your mindset that's got you this far and that's going to continue your success tenfold. So it's like when people, what do you think when people tell you you can't do something?
I mean, that's impossible. To me, that's impossible.
It doesn't make sense, right?
No, not at all. Like, you tell yourself that you can't do it, but you can't tell me that I can't do it. I take that challenge on. Like, okay,
yeah.
How can I make this happen? Let's figure it out.
I freaking love that. I freaking love it. Dude, I'm like, as soon as someone tells me I can't do it, I'll just do it just to show you I can. You know what I mean?
Okay. So if I can do it, you can do it.
Exactly. And like, I truly think like that people put other people in the boxes of who they think that they should be.
Agreed.
And then or they put you in a box of their own self-doubt, right? Like, they tell you can't do it because they truly believe that they can't do it. It's like that doctor that told your mom, it's probably due to the fact that it was a fear of their own that led that conversation, right? Like, just, you know, and maybe past experiences and so on and so forth, but like, it was a fear of their own that you wouldn't be there. Mm-hmm. So here's the safe route. And you got that from your mom, where she's like, no, I'm not taking the safe route. I'm taking an opportunity. I'm taking a chance. Mm-hmm. And you're here. And then fast forward, when was your motorcycle accident?
September 28th, 2019.
September 28th, 2019.
Yeah.
And you got in the motorcycle accident. It was a pretty heavy accident, right?
Yeah.
What happened?
In the moment, I mean, so September 29th, the reason I'm going to always remember this day, September 29th is my wife's birthday, and she likes riding bike. On an annual basis, we try to do this. It's called the Fall Classic. You can do 10, 25, 90 miles. It's this long ride that we do in Pennsylvania. And the 28th, we were out kind of celebrating for her because the 29th, we knew we were going to do that bike ride. Visiting her family, then we ended up at my mom's house, who doesn't live too far from where I'm at now. And it was late. We were getting ready to leave. We knew we had to wake up early to take the kid, or at the time it was only the one son, to take my son to our in-laws so he can stay there while we're doing our thing. In that haste, we got home, and I pulled into the driveway, and I was like, my brother called me. He said, hey, you guys left the baby's diaper back. Oh, we need it. We got to take it down tomorrow. Yeah. I said, all right, I'll just jump on the motorcycle. It's a quick ride. Whatever. Go down the road, get to the first light, turns green, make that first left. And I'm driving, going right around a bend. In essence, it's like a blind curve. And I see headlights coming into my lane and not coming in the opposite direction, into my lane. And I was like, wait, is this really going on, right? Everything happened so quickly. Initially, I had thought, I maneuvered away. Initially, I had thought that I was going to hit it, and I was on an overpass of Interstate 80, which interstate goes all the way to California, actually. It's just a Golden Gate Bridge. But when I saw that happening, in my mind, it went slow. I thought I was going to hit the car, fly over, and land on the interstate. I'm dead. That was literally what was going through my mind. But miraculously, I was able to maneuver away. The other car that was coming behind them kind of moved over just enough. She hit me. My leg took all of the impact.
Man.
I had just the bike that I had the accident on. I had just built that bike, and it's a heavier bike than what I'm used to. I always have a sports bike.
Yeah.
So it hit me. I kind of sideswiped a little bit. I did not fall. I pulled to the side, pulled the kickstand down. Went to step on my foot, and I just fell. Boom. Oh, no. And I looked at it. It was just blood. Everything was discombobulated.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
And then they told you what? the doctors?
Yeah, so I went to the hospital. First thing, emergency room. Obviously, the X-ray technician was like, "This is from a motorcycle accident." I'm like, yeah. Wow, you're lucky to be alive. I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah. They've been telling me that my whole life.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh,
Tell me something I don't know.
Somebody's watching out for me, right? And after the surgery, after all that, I used to always play sports. Basketball in particular is my favorite sport. And the first thing I asked the doctor, can I still play basketball? He was like, dude, I don't know. There's a 50% chance, to be honest, that you're even going to walk normally again. Wow. And I was like, oh, crap, all right. So then physical therapy, so on and so forth. And I am walking fairly normal. I can run now. I do play basketball still.
Yeah.
So thank God for that. Yeah.
And now, like, how did that affect your business? And yeah, let's go there. How did that affect your business?
I mean, in essence, I really started from scratch. I had a team before. I had to kind of, expenses were just piling up. I had to kind of just cut everything off and start from scratch. I went through a really dark time at that time. I really just, yeah.
When I personally, like, I got in a car accident would have ended my soccer career, right? I played professional soccer, and I got in a car accident that ended my soccer career. And I went through this whole depression. Like, I thought people didn't love me for who I was. I thought they liked me because I played soccer, and versus like me for, Cyrus, right? I thought they liked Cyrus, the soccer player. And so when I got out of soccer and I started, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life because I didn't go to college, right? I went straight pro from high school. So it was like, I went through this whole dark depression, and I really it took me a long time to get out of that and to understand and to be where I'm at now, right? So how did you get out of it?
Yeah. So first and foremost, man, thanks for sharing that. I know that about you. How did I get out of that? It was a combination of my young professionals that I call my tribe.
Yeah.
Consistently talking to them, helping me get my spirits up, and on top of that, being a veteran, I was a commander of my American Legion, having my veterans and really, getting me back to that foundation that was built while I was going through boot camp and all that. Because boot camp literally, they bring you down and build you up from scratch.
Yep.
And bringing me back to that mind space and kind of just growing from there. That's where I started, as I mentioned in that talk. Meditating was really big for me.
And so do you have a morning routine? What do you do on a daily basis to keep that again, like that mindset, that positive mindset every single day? Because to be honest, like meeting you, talking to you, you would never know any of this happen.
No, right.
And a lot of people say the same thing when I talk, like when they hear about my story, but it's like this is what shapes you, and I think it's so powerful to be able to share like how you're dealing with it, because there might be someone else that's dealing with the same thing.
Agreed. Earlier today, I was talking to two other people, and talking about that is that you need to constantly share your story because you never know how you're impacting somebody, even
100%.
just one person.
100%.
Even just one person. But to answer your question, I'll say it's definitely shifted. Right now, I have 2 kids, 2 boys, and I'm kind of just like, I'm their role model. I am the example for them to follow. Like, I need to, there's
no other option.
Correct. Previous to that, it was more of, and thanks to the military, is that discipline. Like, these are the things that I have to do. I create checklists, and I follow the checklist, and I cross off the things as I do them off, or as I get them done. Now, as everything's really my kids, everything.
Yeah, that's amazing. You asked me when we were downstairs at my place why butterflies, and it's what you were mentioning right before that is like the butterfly effect, right? It's like that, like you can positively impact one person, but they're going to positively impact maybe one or 2 other people, and then it's just going to grow and grow, and that's how we change the world. 100%. I truly believe we change the world one person at a time. And one positive action at a time. And so now, like we grasp who you are and what your story is and whatnot. Now, like on the real estate side, you started your business, you were crushing it, doing great, and then this accident happens, and then you had to restart from scratch again. So was it harder to restart? Was it where? Because now you're crushing it again. You know what I mean? Like again, I would have never known that this happened because you're a killer. So tell me what that's like.
Yeah, so I don't think it was harder. I wouldn't say it was harder because I had the knowledge at that time,
Yeah.
right? And then secondly, by that point, I had a lot of connections with being involved at the state level and the national level and all that, where if I remember correctly, the first year after that, all of my business was from agent referrals.
Wow.
It's
Wow.
just like, you know, God provided. Like it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna dive into this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dive into this because this is the most underrated way to get business. Yeah. Is other agents. Like people don't think, they're like, oh, it's all competition. Oh, this, oh that. I'm like, no, like we collaborate, we win. Yeah. You know, I always say this is like collaboration over competition. So
100%.
Tell me, like, how do you get all of your business from agent referrals?
It's from being out, just being your genuine self and being present at networking events. I'm talking now like more like local, state level. Being your genuine self, conversing with people just like you would when you're trying to make a new client, right?
Yeah.
An agent, you got to treat that relationship the same way. It's not a one day I meet you one time and that's it. I expect to get referrals from you.
Yeah.
No, it's this continual relationship building process. And we keep in touch. We're going to see each other at these events, invite each other to our own, things.
Yeah.
And solidify that relationship.
So you're the same way that you prospect for your clients. You're also working with other agents as well.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah.
That's amazing. I mean, again, I have a mentor of mine. I think truly we all have mentors throughout our lives and multiple different mentors. One of my mentors is very big in the music industry. And I remember when I first got in the business, I was like, yo, MZ, hook it up, dude. Like introduce me to all the artists. Mm-hmm. And he goes, no, Cy. He's like, no. He's like, I'm going to tell you something better. And he goes, fly across the country and meet with every top agent in each specific state. Each market, go meet somebody. He's like, that's how you're going to build your business. And when I heard that, I was like, all right, whatever, dude. This guy doesn't want to help me. Like, I'll figure it out. You know what I mean? Like,
you get offended. Like,
yeah, I'm like, come on, dude. Yeah. Like, he doesn't trust me. Yeah. But reality was that was the most game that he ever put me on for this business, because the amount of agent to agent business that I get now is unreal. Like it's unreal. I just get called and say, hey, will you take this XYZ fee? I'm like, yeah, sure, let's go. Yeah. And we're running. So it's amazing. It's amazing that's what kept you up. And then now where are you at with your business? Now where you want to go? What do you want to do with your business? I know your why. I know why you're here and how you got here. Now, where do you want to go?
Right now, literally right now, I'm at this crossroad where I have the opportunity to either potentially manage an office or continue on and build the team that I was kind of started on before. Where do I want to go? I right now I can't answer. I really do. Right now I do not have an answer to that. I'm definitely at that crossroads. That's what I'm thinking about. And obviously, as I mentioned, right now I'm thinking about the kids. At this moment in time, what is best for not only me personally, but with my children as well. I honestly don't have an answer for that one.
That's amazing.
Right now.
That's amazing. No, I love it, and that allows, I think, the people that are listening to this to go find out where you're at, because by the time this comes out, maybe you'll have made your decision, man. Yeah. And with that being said, where can people find you? How can people find you to reach out to you if they have any questions? Where should they go?
Yeah, Instagram is probably where I get the most traction. Facebook as well. My name is Jairo Rodriguez, Jairo. IG is Jairo, Jairo.nj Realtor, New Jersey. Those are probably the two best. Cell phones, 201-600-8368. Feel free to call, text me. I mean, I think you're aware that I'm open to helping anybody in any way that I can, anytime. Man,
you're amazing. I appreciate you so much. Like I said, your story is inspiring to me, because it makes me feel like no matter what happens in our lives, we have the choice to win.
Correct.
And I truly feel that way, and I truly feel that that's why you will continue to win in your life. And I appreciate you for sharing. I appreciate you for sharing with me and the people that are listening. Thank you, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you having me on. I thank everyone for listening. And if I could just say one more thing.
Yeah.
So my dad raised me. My parents split up when I was 2 years old, and my dad is my total hero. When I speak to people, especially agents, especially when they're newer in the business, it's like you could never pay back. And this goes to the mindset of why I decided to serve too.
Yeah.
You can never pay back even half of what this association or this industry does for you as an agent. My dad growing up used to always tell me the quote, and I consistently say it to myself on a daily basis, is that Kennedy quote where ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country. My dad worked for 20-something years as a porter, cleaning toilets, cleaning offices, cleaning for 27 years to make sure that I was able to do what I needed to do. He wasn't born here. He came to this country not knowing English, not knowing what he was going to do, and having that as a role model. I can only hope to be half of that for my kids.
You're doing it, man. You really are. I truly believe that, and I appreciate you, brother.
Thank you, man.
Thank you for sharing.